Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Noir Star. You can call me Noir or Star. Either is fine with me. If you're new here, I'm the creator of Summer Nights on Webtoon Canvas, as well as a ton of other series well on their way, including a series launching this June called Bettina and Pierre, the cat that fell from space. I can't wait to share it with you, but for now, you can find episode 1 on my Patreon. If you like my art, then follow me on Instagram and TikTok and check out my webtoons. They're really fun to read, I promise. Alright, let's get started. Clip Studio Paint versus Procreate. Which one is best for your webtoon and worth your investment? Part 3. Hi. Honestly, a lot has changed since the last video, and now that info is somewhat outdated, but my opinion still stands. With the new changes in update protocol and payment for Clip Studio switching to a subscription-based model, I consider Clip Studio to still be a high-quality program, but now financially not friendly for the user. Instead of offering an amazing program that is artist budget-friendly, a known and understood stigma that artists don't make a lot of money save for a handful of successful creators, I find it unbearable that Clip Studio would take advantage of already struggling artists trying to make it big in the world. As if the one-time payment for the license wasn't already an arm and a leg, with lots of people saving money for it and dreaming to afford it and forced to use lower cost softwares. Honestly, why shouldn't I just drop Clip Studio and switch to the other for-profit software like Adobe software, which is considered the industry standard? It's hard enough to tell up-and-coming webtoon creators that I can suggest Clip Studio, but after they announced the change to the subscription model, I find it harder to recommend. And while yes, there are two arguments that can be had, I will get into them in a second. It doesn't change the fact that putting new features behind a paywall when I already spent hundreds on a software that took years to learn, because it's not intuitive and is a very mechanical software to use, is just adding insult to injury. Okay, argument 1. Clip Studio Paint is losing money. An argument one can make would be the notion that perhaps other artists were buying the program after such a high price point. It was a one-time purchase and caused Clip Studio Paint to not constantly take in an influx of money. But the thing is, artists are always recommending it to new younger generations of artists now able to afford the software. After joining the workforce and being able to afford higher-end art software, the newer, younger generations of artists are now torn between the industry standard Photoshop or the Webtoon artist recommended Clip Studio Paint. But the thing is, there will be no difference because of the new subscription format. Unless you buy it in time, which in case you're watching this after the date, unless they change their policy, then your only option now, unfortunately, is the subscription format. Personally, I don't think people are aware of how successful Clip Studio Paint is. Customer loyalty and branding is huge when it comes to consumer products. And the customer-company relationship should be treated as the important aspect that it is, not just a they were losing money, continue to support them or don't. It just shows that not everyone understands the importance of that agreement made long ago before the subscription format. Now, last I heard, they were sticking with it, but that policy could have changed by then, in which case, hooray, we did it! Did what exactly? I don't know. This was recorded in the past, but I'm happy for you. Argument 2. Possible ease of access at lower monthly price point. Argument number 2. It's like the success of streaming services that boomed in sales and new subscription rates over the course of the unspeakable global crisis that started in 2020. You know what I mean. Companies saw an increase in subscription-based services from streaming to gaming to DLC, and the customer choice to support those measures in services like Adobe and other art software, which utilize subscription format. They make lots of money preying on artists that use them for their work. Millions of artists paying a subscription fee every month. Think of the money Adobe is making. I can see how tempting that would be, but now imagine you just paid a one-time licensing fee and received a powerful art software and didn't have to pay just to keep using it, like a tool. A tool a person making traditional art could use like a laptop or a product. Get what I'm saying? Paintbrushes, pencils, paper, one-time purchases, tools. Making Photoshop industry standard further preys on artists already carrying the stigma of the starving artist, or broke artist, or struggling artist, or whatever it is they say to make us feel bad. But at the end of the day, who is going to create entertainment that cheers them on and keeps them going and gives them something to look forward to? Finance people? Executives? No. It's the artists and creatives struggling to make their mark and earn what time they put into their craft. Yes, I said it. The industry takes advantage of their artists and creators, and if this gets me in trouble, then take better care of our artists. Don't overwork them, don't make them sign picture-to-picture contracts and make them desperate to look for work. But that's a topic for a different video. I totally went on a tangent, but what I meant to say was, ease of access at a lower price point. I feel like the argument could be said that at a lower price point, just like the subscription services, it makes CSP more affordable for users, compared to the $49 USD for CSP Pro and the $219 USD for EX. At the time of this recording, no price has been listed for the perpetual license launching in 2023 for version 2.1, but the 1.0 will be receiving a 2.0 update, but after all the further updates that would require the perpetual license version. And though some could say, like if the subscription was $9.99 USD, then no biggie, it would take 22 months. So a year and 10 months to cost the same as CSP EX. But say you keep using it and have it for years. You'll have paid twice as much as someone who has had the EX version and paid for it. And you would be using it for just as long, and sure, it would come with new updates and features, but then ask yourself, why couldn't they just make it free updates and optional updates at that, for people with lower storage spaces on their computers and devices? Updates take lots of storage space, and I think that is a concern no one is addressing yet. The constant updates, although we don't know what to expect, could come at the cost of our precious storage. So while there are arguments that can be said, I would still suggest Clip Studio Paint EX for creators looking to create art and comics, but I'd only suggest the one-time payment version of CSP 1.0. After that, I can't recommend Clip Studio Paint. I just can't. Get it while you can, or if you have no choice, then in 2023 when a perpetual license version comes out, then sure, it could be a good program, but know that it's not fair to you and users who have no choice but to use it, and that's my hot take. Don't forget, if you like my art, then please follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I make tons of fun drawings, fan cams, and edits of my characters. And obviously, if you like the art, go check out the Webtoon. It's really, really fun to read, I promise. I love a bunch of the art I made. It's some of my best work. Oh yeah, and please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share with a friend. Everyone says something about the notification bell, but I honestly don't know what it does. So please click it and let me know what happens. Oh, and comment down below what you thought of my art or my video. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye!